All right, what's going on, guys? I just want to come in here, explain a couple things before the video gets started. Our main camera, we lost the SD card for that, so a lot of the clips for in between rounds, getting there, setting up the car, you know, all the other testing and stuff, you know, we're kind of missing a lot of that footage, so I'm gonna have to pop in, explain a couple things. But overall, Texas 2K was a really good outing for us, in my opinion. The car obviously did not perform the way that we wanted to, which you guys will see in the video, but nonetheless, for anybody that has any kind of confusion, I guess I'll say this. Number one, I'm not at Jack Fab, I'm at Luckey Racing. That's my shop. I have my own tuners. I have two. I have Mish Tune and I have Rick at Big 3 Racing. I built my car. 90% of the work previously done to it was also done by me, and I had a lot of help and guidance with the other guys. And that's not dissing anybody, that's just, you know, anybody go back and look at the video, look at all the time lapses and stuff. I of course can't do everything on my own, and I had help and guidance. I don't know everything, but I'm learning, and I can't wait to, you know, go on this journey and stuff. But nonetheless, we had a really good outing at Texas 2K, in my opinion. The car right afterwards did really well on the street, you know, numbers wise and stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys just enjoy the video. This is me documenting the grind of, you know, getting off of my 9-to-5 job, going back up to my shop, and, you know, busting knuckles while also printing t-shirts and doing stuff like that, because I'm trying to have multiple businesses so that I can support my family and, you know, our passion, which is racing. Hopefully one day it takes off the way that we want it to, and I can just do videos and sell clothes and do that stuff full time. But for right now, that's the reality. So I guess a lot of people have that misconstrued, and I wanted to come on here and address that before. But let's go ahead and get into the video. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Texas 2K grind. As you guys can see me, the car is back there, and unfortunately I'm not sure what the hell is wrong with it. First off, it's got the Dart Texas Speed 426 in there. It has Kylie's Magnum crank, billet I-beam rods, custom Molly pistons. It made 717 NA on Q16 or C16, and then it made 1562 on the 350 pulley that we have on the car. So it made good power and everything. We're gonna run with one headlight, so a little Cyclops kind of deal. I think it's gonna look pretty sick, but mainly because the intake, it'll allow us to, what you call it, fix that. All right. Essentially because the intake coupler that I have doesn't fit, so I'm gonna have to run it without an intake, and I'm just gonna let the air force itself through the headlight, because this blower needs a lot of air for it to do what I want it to do. Other than that, I mean, the car, it's on the Holly now. It's on the Holly gateway module. So we're on Holly now. We're on the Big 3 Racing gateway module, launch control, all that good stuff that comes with the race computer. And it's the Dominator setup right here, and then the actual gateway module is right here. And the module is what allows the car to retain the factory connectors. And then right here in the center, you can see this one is the one that comes from the Holly through here. And then the transmission one is right here, and it controls the motor and everything else just like normal. Right now you can see I got all the spark plugs out because I'm trying to chase this misfire. So I have a misfire with the car. I think it's something with what I did as far as putting the valve train in and stuff. So right now I'm just going through it. I've gone through it twice now, but this is my third time, and I'm just trying to make sure that it's doing what it's supposed to do, because we had no compression on this cylinder right here, and then we had no compression on the other two, the one right across from it and the one on the other side. I don't know what I don't remember off the top of my head cylinder numbers and like that, but nonetheless we got some dead holes and it's causing the car to misfire. Me being a dummy, I was running the the car hasn't ran in a while, right? Me being a dummy, I was running it on the battery for checking compression when I should have just had my jump box hooked up, and killed my battery. And it's the anti-gravity one, so I can like restart it, but it's not enough juice because the car isn't running to charge the battery after you are going through 8 cylinders and stuff trying to check for compression. So I'm gonna be done for tonight. We're gonna come back, redo the compression test, make sure that there is no more dead holes, and do that. Also, we're putting Viking coilovers on here. They showed up. I have to assemble them all. So you guys can see right here, this is their 3-way adjustable. The 3rd way is right there in that little pin. This is their front shocks. Super sick, super excited to run these on the car. Been needing to get some coilovers for the Hellcat because we've been on stock suspension and we've been doing everything that we have with just like sand in the back and warming the tires up and doing all the stuff that I can do with the factory stuff. Now that we have some coilovers, we'll be able to make adjustments and get the car to do what it's supposed to do. So I'm super excited for everything that's like going on. I just want to get the car done, go out there to Texas 2K if I can make it, and make some qualifying passes. I only need one. I only need to run like an 830, 840. I can do that boost only, and then I can come back in here because right now the nitrous ain't even hooked up. I got my nitrous plate sitting on this table right here. That's a mess, but the nitrous plates are sitting right there because I just wanted to get the Holly gateway and everything else like that sorted out, and now I do. And I'm very confident now in my ability to wire stuff. I think I did a killer job on this, I'm not gonna lie, but limited to with what materials and stuff I had. But I got it all the first try. I'm really happy about that. Shout out to Rick for guiding me through some of the stuff, and I pretty much had it all like plugged and like ready to go before I even reached out to him, and I felt pretty good about that. So other than that, I just want to get the car done, man. I missed this thing. It's been a while since we've had it out on the channel and stuff. The video's been slow and I didn't want to put it out there. So in the morning, when I get off of work, because for people who don't know, I still work a full-time job. So when I get off of work, I'm going to come back in here, finish the compression test on this thing, hopefully get it all ready for Texas 2K, load the car up on the trailer, load the car up on the truck, and take it out there, get it teched in. Tomorrow isn't racing. Tomorrow is just like registration and qualifying for roll racing. And then I have until Friday to get the car teched in and race ready. So Saturday is the last day for qualifying, and then Sunday is eliminations. So, and the tickets to get into Texas 2K, $400 something. It ain't cheap. So need to make it worth it. And that's what I plan on doing. So if you guys want to stick around for the video, watch all the cool stuff that's happening, watch the struggle bus, I appreciate it. Please drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next clip. All right, welcome back. We're back at the shop. That's my truck now. If you guys didn't know, I got rid of the TRX and I got myself a Chevy Silverado so we can get ourselves a nice little dually setup. But we're back at the shop. Already been in here working. Already did what I needed to do. Car is about to fire up. Like I said, gonna keep one headlight. Gotta go pick up a coupler, get the radiator and all that for the condenser all set up higher. But yeah, it's time to try to start it up, see if it's gonna misfire again or if I cleared it all up. All the compression tests on it went really well, so I don't know. We're about to see. Let me set you guys up. Yeah, that'll be fine. First, I'm priming it. Need the jump box. Need my jump box. Looks like I got one shot. No, indeed. Well, it looked like we making it to Texas 2K, baby. All right, so I'm gonna turn this thing off. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything all like buttoned up and stuff. I still gotta fuck with the suspension and I gotta try to put the coilovers together because they're all disassembled, but hell yeah, car is running, man. Car is running. Woo! Oil pressure looking good. Oil temp looking good. Trans temp, coolant temp. Oh, that's what the valves from our motor. That's what the valves closed. Oh, I think I said it on the damn. Oh. Yeah, gotta turn the fan on in here. God. Oh. can't breathe. I fucking did it, yes sir. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna go to 2K. We're gonna fucking race. We're gonna freaking race. We're gonna do our thing. We're gonna make it happen. Man, what a battle. All because of some valve train that I didn't do right. Which I felt like I did, because I did it the exact same way. I just did it the second time, and I guess the second time made it all work out. So, man, this is sick. We're here. So now I can go ahead and get all the merch so we can get stuff to sell at 2K, get everything all set up. Now I gotta really like get the car ready. All right guys, so we're on the print side of the shop so that I can go ahead and assemble these coilovers. In here we got the spring. So this is the spring that's gonna be going on the shock. These are 350-pound springs from Viking, not Eibach ones or anything like that. That's the part number right there for you. So we're going to be assembling these. What I saw is the only thing I need is these snap pliers, some thread anti-seize. I think they have like a warning on here, something about marring up the valve body or whatever. So you don't want to do that. You got your, so this one sets for the spring. This one sets for the like to lock it all in, like the height. You got shims in here also. These are the bushings. They're metal bushings, so they're rated for, I think they said like 30,000 pounds. Got all of them. Those go on the top. The other body. Yeah, there goes that warning. I had to watch a YouTube video on how to do these. And some more stickers. All right, so it says warning: anti-seize must be applied to the shock threads before adjusting ride height. Failure to do so will damage the shock and void your warranty. Important to see instructions for setting shocks. The shocks must be set correctly for the optimum ride quality and performance. So, and then this one says for competition only. This is not for like on-road use, and failure to listen will void your warranty. This is a installation guide. That's just like a general. And this is their Crusader lineup, and then it has all of the adjustments and the clicks, and tells you like which ones like rebound and compression, and then high-speed compression, because these are triple adjustable. So, all right, so I'm gonna set up the time lapse and go ahead and get to assembling these shocks. All right, y'all, we have been thrashing. What do you think? Took way too long. Are you tired?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you came straight over here. So he came over here at what time did I make it back? Like 6:40 or something like that. I was about to say 7. But the car is together. Looks like my car again, but it's way lower, and we gotta adjust the ride height on these coilovers. But if you can look and see how low that is, That's insane. Look at that, dude. You got a low rider over here. Yeah, this car is definitely sick. So we're gonna call it a night, to be honest. We've pretty much done everything. I just have to put the engine diaper on still. We just got to get the front aligned and make sure that like all of this ain't gonna be like a huge issue. Obviously we're probably gonna have to raise the car up some, but yeah. And then our front bumper is all jacked up. We got a new radiator support, so this is like an aftermarket one or whatever. But basically whenever we were trying to get the car towed back over here, we had the strap up here because there was nowhere to grab in the front without completely destroying the front bumper, and I didn't have any tools to take it off. We just opted to wrap it around here, and ultimately it destroyed this whole deal, and it like pulled out. It tried to pull out this like mount over here, and it broke the bumper mounts like all in here. There's like nothing, so I'm probably gonna have to get a new front bumper. All right, y'all, it is time to start loading the car up. As you can see, I went through, fixed up a couple little things, added a little belt tensioner, and we should be good to go. So I'm gonna line it up, not line it up, pull it out, go get the trailer keys, load it up on the trailer, and then we should be good to go. So fingers crossed. Ain't that some shit? I know that's a different one. So fingers crossed everything goes according to plan, and we should be good. So man, I raised the car up a little bit because it was too low on it's too low on the shocks, so raised it up and we should be good. So all right, let's do this. We have made it to Texas 2K. Look at the cars in the back. We're here. So we're not gonna be able to tech in today, unfortunately, but we'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll end up running the car and seeing what it does. So we're super excited and ready to go. All right, so as you guys can see, the car is built, it's put together. We made it out there to the track. We didn't get to do any kind of qualifying passes the day that we showed up because registration was already over. We showed up on Thursday, and unfortunately the night before, when me and Rick were doing some testing on the car, it snapped the belt. Now, a big reason why I'm switching from supercharger to turbos on my car is mainly because of the fact that when it came down to, and this is on me 100%, I could be way more prepared, but when it came down to getting out there to the event and trying to get a belt, There was no other place in DFW, at least that was showing up on the maps when I initially looked, that had the belts that we were looking for to, you know, get the car down the track that day. Everything else was ready. We were just waiting on belts, but literally the only place that had it was this random O'Reilly's in Dallas, and I had to send my brother, and by the time he would have made it there with the belts, qualifying and registration would have been over too. So we got the car teched in and everything, and I sat there for basically, you know, a couple hours, and you know, it wouldn't have mattered if I drove to pick him up or my brother drove to pick him up. We wouldn't have had any time to get the car down the track and make a qualifying pass. So fast forward to the next day, we get the car pretty much turned around. We try to go test that yellow belly. We having a good time out there trying to get the car dialed in. The whole time I did not know that my suspension controller in my car is missing, and that is a big no-no when you have, I would say, Magna Ride or active dampening shocks, because of the fact that there's nothing controlling it. It's basically a brick on wheels at that point. And we had the Viking coilovers, which, you know, were working in the front, but it's skipping the tires because it can't weight transfer. So we went out to Yellow Belly. We were trying to set the car up to do some testing and stuff. I guess this other dude thought he was being funny and wanted to race, and he got what he wanted, and he wasn't happy with the results, and then proceeded to just try to, I guess, make the situation all about him, and we were just out there testing the car. Nonetheless, fuck you, don't really care. After that, we went to 2K the next day, and it was our last chance to qualify. So the first pass that we tried to make the car, you have to go through this sequence in order to do a burnout. With the Holly, Rick says it in the video, and I'll insert the clip here.
One other feature that we did add is Holly has a fail-safe, so you can't have your foot on the brakes and the throttle at the same time. We're able to disable that. The way you disable that feature, and it's only for one key cycle, is you hold the brakes and the resume button with the engine running for 10 seconds, and it'll shut that off so you can do your burnouts or put it in drag race mode.
You have to go through this button sequence in order to get the car to release this safety that I guess comes on Challengers or whatever through the Holly. So you can't press the brake pedal and the gas at the same time in order to initiate a burnout without going into going through the key cycle initially when the car starts up. Rick told me that we could have depended this from the get-go to avoid this, but we were just, you know, trying to get the car ready to go out there and make some passes, and we went up there, tried to do a burnout, and I kept going through the button sequence. You guys can see it in the video, and the car just wouldn't release it. And then I ended up reversing the car out, and the track official came and tried to charge me up, talking about that we were done and that I backed out of the spot because they told me to, and all this other different kind of, you know, BS. And I was like, man, I was trying to get out the way, because in my opinion, what the most courteous thing you could do if your car isn't performing the way you need it to is to get out of the lane and let the next guy go. But they didn't see it that way, so I burnt that, you know, first qualifying pass, and then had to go back to the pits, made a video on TikTok showing me depinning it and fixing it, and blase. Everybody's like, you know, excuses, whatever. depend it. We go up there for the next pass, and the car is on low timing. Transmission is only shifting at 6,000 RPM. Goes out there and it busts off a 914 at 158 mile an hour, spinning the tires out the hole. So car made a pass. I just needed to make one pass to get, I would assume, qualified. And I thought an I-14 would be good enough, but it had me right as the second person on the bump spot, and we basically were out, and we were just extras. So extras don't get a fair hand when it comes to racing, and I'll share in the next clip basically what happened. I got a race. Luna. Let's see how this go. I'm gonna get my shit pushed. So as you guys can see, I got to race against fucking 6-second cars. I got to race against the fastest of the fastest people, minus roll racing and drag racing at Texas 2K in the street car class. These guys all run 6-second passes. There's no slouches. There's no pushovers. It's, you better have your stuff together or you're gonna get your teeth kicked in. And I definitely did not have my stuff together. So when we went up there, we were just praying and praying that, you know, we had somebody that either messed up or, you know, XYZ, something happened, right? And my car accidentally pushed through the brakes in a deep stage, and I guess the guy was waiting on me to back up and light the second bulb up, but I knew at Yellow Belly and everywhere else, if you deep stage, you do not move. And he took too long on setting up on the tree. He red lit, and we went on to the next round, which, wow, you know what I'm saying? Wow. Guy's car is way, way faster than mine. That's well understood, you know, caught a big break, but definitely wasn't going to get too many of those. So now here we are in second round, and I got to race up against Jim Braun. Jim and Brett LaSala are some of the fastest street cars out there. Jim has a sick ass car, very, very well put together, deep 6-second car. I knew I had no chance. So we're lining up, and I guess Brett puts his foot on the first bulb to line Jim up, and I thought that was Jim going into the first bulb. My car is able to do a two-step, so it's not a two-step through the factory, it's two-step through the Holly, so it's different in the way that it takes off and the way it builds boost and all that kind of stuff. Nonetheless, I thought that Jim was already in the first bulb. I was scared shitless. I wasn't looking over. I was just trying to race my race, line the car up. And then here comes the announcer saying that this isn't Ghetto Belly, blah, 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 blah. Because it's not like I have a bump. When I have to use the two-step, I have to go all the way in. So basically it looked like I was trying to double bulb him, but I wasn't. And from there, backed out, tried to use the two-step again. For some reason it wouldn't hold, and the car just started rolling forward, and it red lit me, and Jim just went right on down, let off, and then I just tried to see how fast the car could go. Went 161, trapping, it trapped 161, went 9.8 or something like that, because it spun again off the line, and then we got eliminated.
Congratulations, moves on to the semis.
Saito got the whole shot, and it went up in smoke.
Everything about it's great. Like, for example, okay. Let's see if Deshaun can get lucky again. He's got a tough task here. Jim Braun. Hold up. Deshaun, back up, brother. Courtesy staging is in effect. This is not Yellow Belly. This ain't Yellow Belly.
That Hellcat knows who he's lined up with. He wants every advantage he can find. He's in. Braun will get it staged up and ready. And Deshaun's luck runs out.
And Jim Braun goes 6. All right, he let out. He knew he had the win. Jim Braun moves on to the semifinals. And I can guarantee you, Deshaun did not mean to double bulb Jim. He's a pro and he knows what he's doing. So I can guarantee you that was accidental, to be clear.
So, that's just kind of how Texas 2K went, and it is what it is. It's, a learning lesson. Definitely should have went out there with the car tested, but I'm not no bitch, and I'm not about to bow out of an event just because I'm trying to look good for everybody on social media. So anybody who's bitching and saying that, oh, why even show up? Why this? Because I'm not a hoe. Because I'm not a crybaby. Because I'm not worried about what everybody else is going to say. I'd rather, keep putting one foot in front of another and going out there and, doing my best than to run like a hoe and have my tail tucked between my legs. So, people respect you a lot more when you are real and you show everything instead of trying to hide everything that goes wrong and put yourself on a pedestal, making yourself look like you're better than everybody else. Because I guarantee you, anybody talking that shit and saying that, their shit stinks just like mine. They bleed just like me. So that all don't really affect me. It was just, hey, gotta be better next time. So right after that, I ended up taking the motor out of the car and then taking it back down to Texas Speed because it's an R&D motor. They want to go through it. I'm still waiting to hear back from them on that because they haven't even touched it yet. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what the car is going to do. It was a long process of getting that thing all together. And then, like I said, we are trying to swap over to twin turbo. So we got to speak with a lot of our, partners that we are currently partnered with. We have a lot of new relationships developing that we're excited about. And the car is gonna fly, man. Car is gonna fly. Gonna upgrade the fuel system, fix all the body fitment, take the full exhaust off because I still had the Valvetronic exhaust on the whole car. Still had my Scat Pack brakes on the car, putting my Strange brakes back on. We got rear coilovers to go on the car, so now it'll weight transfer. I think I already said fuel system and stuff. Hook the nitrous back up because we might need that depending upon our staging strategies and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I can't explain to y'all the feeling of freedom that I have to do whatever the hell it is I want to do with my car and make it work and test relentlessly. And then for something else I guess people didn't know, I don't have the TRX anymore. I have a Silverado. So we got rid of the TRX because that wasn't something that was financially responsible for me to be having, and I need something more practical like a dually. But for right now we needed something to tow with, so TRX isn't here anymore. My brother gets to drive it. I have the 1500 and a trailer to get the car around, so now I can go where I want, do what I want, and have that kind of freedom. And the biggest joy in my opinion with all of this is having my son with me and my girl with me when we're going out to do all this stuff, because they back me 110%. The whole world can turn on me and I still got them in my corner, and that's the biggest blessing I think I could ever ask for. So I'm gonna stay 10 toes down in what it is I believe and what it is I want to do. I'm gonna take care of myself because y'all can see, I ain't cut my hair. My hair's been growing because I wanted me and my son to get braids, but he got white people hair, which is a funny running joke that we have here at home. So I don't think he's gonna be able to, so I might get back to the low taper fade. And yeah, just start trying to take better care of myself now that like the big grind is over. Go to a lot more events, finally get caught up on all these merch orders and stuff. Trust me, y'all know y'all been waiting. I have moved everything here to my garage at home. I'm gonna be transforming this, so I'm gonna be transforming the garage into our primary like clothing manufacturing deal. I got my table here. I got all these labels and stuff to ship out for people, packages. We got our presses and stuff. We got all these boxes of blanks. We're making it happen, man. So it's just taking a little bit because I don't have unlimited paper, man. So I appreciate y'all supporting me. I appreciate everybody watching the videos. I'm gonna try to keep it, just like how I've been keeping it real, authentic, myself, unapologetically. And I hope whoever's vibing with that, this is what y'all, care to see. So I'm gonna get back to it, printing these shirts. Appreciate y'all for watching the video. Stay tuned because once I get everything back, we are full action, and I'm gonna start putting a second motor together so I don't have to keep dealing with this, waiting on anybody else. So appreciate y'all. Catch y'all in the next video, and please like, comment, and subscribe what y'all felt about today's video, and I'm gonna keep trying to roll them out. So later.